How's it going? This is Dhammapada, Chapter 2. This is going to be an ongoing study. Questions or comments you can leave below. This is my translation of the Dhammapada. My translation is a comparative reasoning translation. I'm the only one who does comparative reasoning translations. So Chapter 2 starts with verse 21. If you're hearing even one line of this text, it's good karma. Just one line can eliminate suffering and eliminate unnecessary pain. Verse 21. Mindfulness is the path to immortality. Absent-mindedness is the path to death. Those who are mindful do not die. Those who are absent-minded are as if dead already. The second translation for verse 21. Perpetual awareness of experience is the path to the deathless. The deathless does not necessarily imply a physical state where the body does not die. When an individual becomes totally aware of the process of experiencing, he is freed from the continuity of existence. Those who do not have this awareness are like the dead, even if they are physically alive. So you're supposed to memorize the sutra, and you're supposed to embody the meaning of it. Verse 22. Fully comprehending the importance of mindfulness, the wise rejoice in being present, and therefore enjoy the realms of enlightened beings. Second translation for verse 22. Those who are truly wise are aware of the importance of sanity. They delight in sanity. They take pleasure in the pursuit of sanity because it is the region of the supernatural. Thanks for joining. Verse 23. Only the enlightened who are always vigilant and meditative experience the highest happiness. Second translation. The wise who constantly cultivate tranquility and insight free themselves from their bondage of duality and realize nirvana. Third translation. Only the wise who are firm in their effort and perpetually absorbed in jhana experience unbinding and free themselves from the yoke. Verse 24. The glory of one who is upbeat, mindful, and pure, who is discerning, restrains his senses, and acts in accordance with the universal laws, will increase steadily. Second translation. If a person is energetic, retentive, clean in thought, word, and deed, acts with consideration, and has self-control, his fame and fortune increase. Verse 25. Through diligence, mindfulness, discipline, and control of his senses, a wise man makes for himself an island which no flood can overwhelm. Second translation. By vigilance, heedfulness, restraint, and self-mastery, the wise make for themselves an island that no flood can submerge. Verse 26. The ignorant indulge without caution in the pursuit of pleasure, whereas one who is wise prioritizes caution as his most important treasure. Second translation. Fools follow after vanity. The wise treasure mindfulness as their most precious jewel. Verse 27. Do not be negligent. Do not become addicted to sensual pleasures. Establish yourself in mindfulness. Develop tranquility and insight. This is the way to true happiness. Second translation for verse 27. Do not be vain or reckless. Do not chase after love nor give way to lust. One who is earnest, mindful, and meditative becomes absorbed in the bliss of the moment and finds ease in life. Just hearing one verse. When I translated the Yoga Sutras and the Dhammapada, the way that I see these lines is they're literally like the antivirus to pain and suffering. They're literally the cure to illness. This is verse 28. The wise man replaces negligence with mindfulness and ascends the tower of wisdom. Freeing himself from sorrow, he serenely looks upon the foolish as one looks down upon groundlings as specks from the summit of a mountain. Verse 28. Having replaced vanity with ardent spiritual devotion, an enlightened being who has climbed the terrace heights of wisdom happily and quietly looks down upon the ignorant, just as one who sits on the top of a mountain gazes down upon people at sea level. So this is a very short chapter. Buddha says you're supposed to repeat the chapters, repeat the text, recite the text until you fully grasp and understand them and fully attain nirvana. And the mindfulness is so important because you're watching your mind and what happens, and you're watching the results of your actions. And as you do that, you get a chance when you discern to purify your mind or free yourself from wrong thinking or defilements, greed, lust. So the physical suffering is one thing, but most of the suffering is emotional and mental. The emotional and the mental suffering cause the physical suffering. So by doing the meditation, you eliminate the causes of pain. And when you eliminate the causes of pain, you're left with nirvana. But in the mindfulness, you have to develop concentration in order to maintain nirvana. And what the Buddha says is, if you're not cultivating mindfulness, then you're declining mentally. So when you're doing your practice, when you're meditating, it's an ongoing thing, and eventually it roots itself. And as the suffering occurs, you have to introspect it. And as you introspect it, you untangle the web more and more until you're completely free. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This is going to be an ongoing study. This is my translation of the Dhammapada. It's available for sale on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. Thanks so much.